Welcome back to another final table commentary. If at any point in time you find yourself not caring for the commentary, there'll be a link in the description down below to the video on BCP Poker Replay's YouTube account. So if you want to, you can go check out the action in some peace and quiet. With that being said, let's hop into the action. We got a pretty stacked final table from a 5K WCOOP 2019 Watt and Los. Gonna start things off with the ace-queen suited, going for the min raise from early middle-ish position. Gonna fold around to Joseph with 55 blinds and a suited 5 deuce. They're gonna let it go. We're gonna move along. Foodie with 24 bigs and an ace jack is gonna go for the open. We got bees knees in the big blind with queen 8 in the big stack. They're just gonna let it go. We also got Diego Papel with 90 big blinds and 2-2. They are gonna go for the open from the cutoff. Bees knees in the small blind with a jack 10 could have played. Instead it folds the foodie with the queen 3 suited. They're gonna call from the big blind. 8-7-6 flop goes bet fold. Diego takes a small one with the underpair. Connor thinking things through with 46 bigs and an ace 7-0. They're gonna let it go. Watt and Los just gonna get a walk here. We also got You're the Melther with 40 blinds and Cranched Chicken with 40 bigs as well. LRS with 61 to round things out. That looks like everybody. Foodie going for the 3-bet here with the ace 9-0. This will get through for him. Folds around the small blind. LRS with queen 7 offsuit. We're going to play this somehow. Goes for a limp. Connor with 6-8 in the big blind, checks it back. We both flop a pair. King high board, goes check, check, queen on the turn. We see just under a pot-sized bet from LRS with the 3 of a kind. Plenty of draws out there, and they all miss on the 6 river. LRS bets damn near pot once again. Wouldn't be surprised to see Connor make the call down here. Hopefully they can just find the fold and move along. Preserve that 1 million chips. Oh no, they do find the hero call with the 6-8. Blocking boats. LRS showing him the 3 of a kind this time. Queen queen for Cranched Chicken. Gonna go for the under the gun raise. Connor with 5s in the small blind. Might just find the fold here. That they do. No action for Cranched Chicken. Foodie with queen 9. They're just gonna let this one go. It was suited and booted. They could have played, but just gonna move along with the 28 bigs. LRS gets the opportunity to raise the ace high. We see a king 7-4 flop, all diamonds. LRS takes a small bet, and the bet will work. Cranched Chicken waking up with another strong pocket pair. Connor with the suited ace 10 plays open from the cutoff. You're the Melther with 9-9 will play call. Cranched Chicken sizing up a 3-bet here. Don't think you ever play call. Don't slow play your kings, especially not from the small blind out of position. Gonna be way too difficult to play. You're the Melther with a pocket pair of 9s and a real tough spot. They might just land on a fold here. This is a pretty strong raise from Cranched Chicken. Oh, You're the Melther comes along to the flop. 7-5 deuce. 2.5 million chips in the middle. Cranched Chicken starts things off with about a 3rd pot-sized bet. You're the Melther sitting here with an overpair. Plays all in, sees the bad news. He's going to need a 9, and it's not going to come for him. Cranched Chicken pretty well getting a double up there. 81 big blinds now. That's 3rd place position for him. Just under 10 million chips. LRS flopping top pair. Joseph with some backdoor straight draws is just going to find the check fold. Cranched Chicken with ace 9 suited going to go for the open. Diego with the king king. Gonna get to hear from them certainly. 3-bet to just under a million's chip. Cranched Chicken quickly calls with the suited ace. Ace Queen 2 flop. All good news for Cranched Chicken. Get a bet and a call. 10 of clubs on the turn. So Diego picks up some straight outs. He's not going to hit it. Doesn't have a diamond in his hand. King not looking the prettiest right now. River goes check, check, and Cranched Chicken takes a nice pot there. Diego with the suited ace this time. Raise from the cutoff. Bees knees in the small blind with King Queen suited. Certainly not going to fold this one. Goes for the 3-bet and might price out the pocket nines in the big blind now. Foodie does find the fold with the nines. And who knows what to do with the a7 here. Diego says, I'm just going to fold and move along. Find a better spot. Ace Queen the very next hand. Foodie not going to fold the pocket pair of jacks, that's for sure. All in dealer. This would be pretty well a flip here. If Diego finds the call, they do find the fold. So Foodie gets a few chips there, up to 30 blinds now. King 10 for Joseph. Gonna go for the open and flop a straight draw to the jack. 2 overs to LRS's pair of sixes. They bet a little bit more than half pot, and the bet will work. Scoop a little pot for Joseph. Diego going for the early position raise with the ace-3 suited. No action for them. Not too bad just to take that down pre-flop. Everybody loves to go to the flop and flop flushes and whatnot, but if you're going to take a pot down pre-flop, why not do it with ace-3? As Connor takes the king-jack suited and rips it in pre. Doopity-doo. Getting it through. 33 blinds for Connor, just under 4 million chips. Bees knees with the ace and the jack, gonna go for the early position raise. Cranched Chicken in the small blind with pair of sevens. Place call. Diego in the big with 8-9 will also come along. Ace 8-5. 2 diamonds. I don't know what Diego does with the pair of 8s here. We're gonna start things off with a check. Beast knees doesn't bet on the ace high board with the pair of aces. Backdoor diamond, so he says, don't want to face a check raise. Facing a lead on the turn is an easy call for Bees Knees. Diamond on the river. Bees Knees has set himself up nicely here. Diego with the flush is going to go for some value, and Bees Knees will eventually make the caller raise, and he goes for the raise option. Bees Knees did a great job this hand, just navigating perfectly. Unfortunately didn't get the river value that he wanted, but still got a bet out of Diego. Up to 70 blinds now, and another ace jack for Bees Knees, this time no pairs. Backdoor flush draw, backdoor straight draw. Bees Knees says, I will bet this time. 1.5 big blinds will work. King 4 suited for Cranched Chicken. Looks like a 2.5x raise from the cutoff. Bees Knees with ace king in the big blind goes for the 3-bet, and the 3-bet will get through. Diego with an ace and a 10 of the same suit. Foodie in the big blind with 4s. Probably just going to the flop here. 9-8 deuce, 1 diamond for Diego. Has the backdoor straight draw to boot, so he says, I'm going to bet here. Foodie does defend correctly with the pair of 4s. Queen of clubs on the turn. Interesting stuff. Diego bombs away 840k, blocking the jack 10 straight, and the bet will work for him. 10-10 for Joseph. This is bad timing to get a pair of 10s. Foodie's going to go all in again with jacks. And Joseph snap calls with the 10s, but he flops a freaking boat. But Foodie rivers a boat, so it's all good news for Foodie. They get the double up to 45 blinds now. Poker Stars being very rude to Joseph there. First off, getting him 10. Second off, giving him the flopped full house. Then Foodie gets there on the river. Joseph's down to 21 blinds now. Oh, and Bee's Knees is going to come along and make a bout here himself. LRS with top pair goes for a little bit of value. Hopefully he can bet fold this queen 4 here. Blocking some straights, he might think about making the hero call. Nope, just an easy bet fold for LRS. Good news. Queen Jack suited for Joseph. They'll go for the open. Connor in the big blind with King 3 will just let it go. Watt and Los with King 10 suited will go for the open from the cutoff, and no action for them. Ace Queen for Joseph. We'll raise it on up under the gun. Digo in the big blind with 8-7-0 will come along to the 8-2-2 flop. Digo starts things off with a check. Joseph bets rather small here. No need to go large. 6 on the turn. Digo still with the toppest of pairs. Is going to lead out now. Hard to fold ace queen here, but you're not loving life. Joseph says, I'm going to raise. I'm going to get you off that pair of 8s. Oh boy, I don't know if it works on the turn, but the river it might have worked. Joseph doesn't need it. He makes pair of aces. Digo will check, and who knows what to do facing a river jam. If Joseph finds it. Bets 1 mil instead of the jam. Gives Digo a better price. I like the bet, and Digo will pay it off. All good news for Joseph. 40 blinds now, 5.5 million chips, and a king jack in the big blind. Foodie with ace 8 goes for the early position raise. Cranch chicken on the button plays call with 9s. Joseph in the big blind with king jack. Thinking things through. Does play 3-bet. Oh, and I think this is going to work out. This looks real strong. Foodie with ace 8 folds eventually, and Cranch chicken with the snap fold with the 9s. Nice play by Joseph. So Joseph suffered the one cooler, the 10s versus jacks, but then has done a great job of recouping. 46 big blinds. Sitting pretty again. Digo with king jack, Foodie with king queen. We see a 10-7-5 flop. Foodie out of position, checks it over to Digo. They're going to bet real small. Foodie with the backdoor straight draw, 2 over cards is going to come along. Queen on the turn. Top pair for Foodie. Digo's open-ended. Blocking the heart draw as well. Goes for a large bet here. Foodie not going nowhere with the king queen. We see a 5 on the river. Digo's draw missed. Sitting here with king high is going to give up, and Foodie takes down a nice big pot there. 55 blinds for him now. King 8 of spades for Joseph from the cutoff. Raises it up. This gets through for him. Connor unfortunately has to fold the ace 5-0. Just doesn't have the chips to play such a marginal holding under the gun. Would be nice to see him get a double up here. LRS with the pair of 6s. I think he was facing a limp. Goes for the raise. Wattenlos comes along with the ace jack. 5-3-3 flop. LRS bets again. Wattenlos floats with ace jack. Ace on the turn. LRS slows down. 5 on the river. And this will probably go check. Wattenlos will take a nice little pot there. 77 bigs. Just over 10 million chips. Digo with the pair of 9s. Going to go for the open. Foodie with 10s. Plays call. LRS in the small blind with ace 7 suited will also come along. Ace, king flop. 2 clubs for both Foodie and Digo. Digo's going to start things off with a small bet. The 10s quickly let go. Ace 7 going nowhere. We do see a 6 of clubs on the turn. So Digo has the club outs. Or a 9 or a 9 dealer. Do 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 do. 9 of spades if you didn't pick up on it. 9 of spades on the river. LRS with the 3 of a kind. He's a very small bet. Has to pay it off. Sixes for Foodie. Ace King for LRS. Foodie does go for the limp, so LRS goes for 3.5 excising here. Foodie calls 10-5-5 flop. 1.3 million chips in the middle. Right around 300k is the bet. Foodie comes along. 4 on the turn. LRS will slow down now. Queen on the river. LRS just waves the white flag, hoping Ace King is good there, but Foodie shows him the pocket pair. Now 61 blinds, 8.5 million chips for Foodie. 3-3 for Wattenlos, goes for the middle position raise. King Jack will call the big blind for Digo. King 8-8 flop. Both players with backdoor diamonds. Wattenlos with the pocket pair, bets real small. Digo comes along, queen of spades on the turn. Goes check check. Queen on the river. Digo with the top is the pairs, bets right around half pot, and Wattenlos with the counterfeited under pair will just find the fold. Ace 10 off for Wattenlos, they're right back in there. Joseph in the big blind with 10-4, thinking about calling, and they do. It's suited. We see a queen 7 flop, no clubs for Joseph. Looks like a pretty easy check fold, but they're thinking about things for a second. They do find the fold. Ace King for Foodie will raise under the gun. Bee's knees in the big blind with queen. 3 bets to 1.6 million chips. Foodie's all in. Bee's knees calls. We have a huge flip. Ace on the turn. Foodie is the beneficiary of the big flip, the big cooler situation. Bee's knees down to 13 blinds now, just under 2 million chips. Holy moly, look at that stack underneath Foodie's name. 121 blinds. Huge pot. Cranch chicken with king 7 flops. The flush draw. Wattenlos with second or middle pair. Just goes for the check fold on the flop. Interesting stuff there. Limp pot. King 7-6 flop. Goes check check. 5 on the turn. LRS with 8-3 will take a stab. Wattenlos with the 69 calls. Ace of hearts on the river. Goes check check, and Wattenlos takes a small pot. Bee's knees with king queen does rip it all in for 13 blinds. LRS with the aces in the small blind, eventually going to stick it in here. We see a queen dead. Oh, a queen on the turn, are you serious? Bee's knees makes 3 of a kind. LRS with aces, they just get cracked. Oh no, and LRS is now all in with the 8s. Joseph does fold king jack suited. So LRS is still hanging out with 22 bigs, but he should have a lot more beside his name. 10-10 for Connor. We'll go for the raise and take it down pre. Wattenlos with 9 jack suited. LRS with ace 8 suited. Doesn't have the chips, I don't think, to continue. Has to fold off the 22 big blinds now. Ace jack for Connor will call. We see a 9-6-4 flop, all hearts. Connor with the ace of hearts. Sees a check from Wattenlos, and Connor bets small. 7 of hearts on the turn. Good news for Connor. 1.5 million chips is going to be sliding his way. And he's going for 600k more. Wattenlos just with top pair. No heart, has to fold. Queen jack suited for LRS. We'll go for the min open. Cranch chicken will call with king queen. We got 4s in the big blind for Bee's knees. They play all in, and that raise will get through for Bee's knees. 32 blinds now. King 10 for Watt and Los. Goes for the under the gun raise. LRS is all in with King Jack. What a find here by LRS. Watt and Los isn't going to pay it off, of course, but LRS had him pipped by 1, and that's cool to see. 9-10 suited. LRS raises under the gun. Doesn't give a shit that he's playing the short stack. Not afraid of anybody at the table, and nobody calls him, so he scoops the blinds and antes. 9-10 suited for Digo. They'll give it a shot. Watt and Los, the queens in the small blind, will play 3-bet. 9-10 suited could come along to the flop, but Digo might just want to find a better spot here. Or then here with a 9-10 suited. Facing a 3-bet from Watt and Los. Ace King for Cran's Chicken. 5-5 for LRS. Folds the small blind. Another spot where he just doesn't have the chips to go to the flop anymore. 10-10 for Digo. They'll raise under the gun. Cran's Chicken with a suited ace will call the big blind. 9-3-2 flop. Goes bet call. 8 on the turn. Completes the flush. Digo with the overpair bets once again. Another small bet. Cran's Chicken with the pair of 2s finds a fold. Folds around the small blind. Cran's Chicken is going to limp in Jack 8 suited. Digo with the suited ace. Options were open to him. He could have raised pre. Just said let's go to the flop. Jack 7. Oh no, Digo floats. Makes a pair of aces. This is bad news for him. Facing a lead on the flop, facing a lead on the turn. Surely you know your opponent's strong here. Digo can't fold on the turn though. With the top as the pairs, the question is on the river, can we make the hero fold or not? Digo says I'm going to call down here. Cran's Chicken shows him the 3 of a kind. Gets 3 streets of value. 76 bigs, 12.5 million chips. Or sorry, just 12 million chips, sorry. For Cran's Chicken. Joseph flops middle pair in a straight draw. He turns the straight. Watt and Los without a club. Facing the lead has an easy fold. Ace 9 for Cran's Chicken. Going for the open from the cutoff. Bee's Knees defends the big. With 7-6 offsuit. Flops middle pair. Playing off the 25 big blind stack. He's going to float, or not float, sorry. Come along to the turn. Make 3 of a kind and then lead out. Cran's Chicken with ace 9-0. No draw. Has to just fold facing the small lead. Ace King for LRS. Early position raise. Joseph with 6s on the button is thinking about coming along, and he does. Foodie folds a 6 in the big blind. Ace 8-4 flop. LRS leads. Joseph finds the fold. Queen 4 for Connor will eventually fold. Folds all the way around to Foodie with 5 deuce, and they're going to walk Watt and Los out. Jack 8 for Digo. We'll go for the open. LRS defending the big blind with Queen 4. We get a King Queen 7 flop. Both players with backdoor flush draws. We see Jack of clubs on the turn, so Digo makes a pair. He'll probably slow down now. We'll just check it down, and LRS will show him the queen and take the pot. Ace 3 suited for Watt and Los. Jack 7 for Connor. They'll defend the big blind. Watt and Los on the button sees a king high board. Bets real small. And the bet gets through. King Jack for Bee's Knees. Ace 10 off for Cran's Chicken in the big blind. They're going to call. Ace 8 deuce flop goes check check. 6 of clubs on the turn. Bee's Knee just with 1 club sees a 70% pot bet and he floats. King of diamonds on the river, so he makes a pair. All the draws miss. What do we do here with King Jack? We're facing a pretty large bet and Bee's Knees pays it off. Cranch Chicken shows him the ace 10. What a beautifully played hand by Cranch Chicken. Ace King for Connor rips it all in for right around 20 blinds. Digo with 7s in the big. Thinking about calling here. It would be for his life. He does find the call. Ace or King. King on the river. Connor gets the knockout. Not that it matters. We're down to 7 players as Digo's out in 8th. And then Connor gets the old King and is going to show us how to slow play pocket pair of kings. Flop top set. Wattenlos is open-ended. Backdoor heart draw. We see an ace on the turn. Horrific news for Connor. He's going to need to boat up here. Goes for a healthy 1.2 million chip bet. Wattenlos sitting here with the nuts. Ace, King, 10 or 5. We get the 8 of clubs, so Connor's not afraid of the river. Oh, it couldn't have been a heart or something. Can we check back? We got 5.1 million chips. There's 4.3 in the middle. Connor bets 3.2. No surprise to go for some value with the kings. Wattenlos is all in. 12 blinds remaining, and Connor does find the hero fold. Wattenlos with the nuts. That's a huge pot going their way, up to 100 blinds. Gets to open up 10-8 or 10-8 suited, from under the gun. LRS off the short stack with Queen goes for a small 3-bet, and the 3-bet works out for him. Folds around a Foodie in the small blind with 10-3. They go for a limp. Wattenlos with 5-4. Checks it back. Queen 7-2 flop. Foodie with the backdoor spade draw. Leads on out. And Wattenlos with 5 high. Lets it go. Queen 4 for Wattenlos in the small blind. LRS with King 9 facing the large size pre. LRS just calls. Ace Queen 2 flop. Wattenlos with middle pair. We'll check it on over. LRS checks it back. Wattenlos checks again. Get a 7 of hearts on the river that completes the flush. Still plenty of worse pairs. Wattenlos could get paid off by LRS with the king high. Says I have to fold. Oh no, when Connor's got ace queen in the big blind. I'm all in, dealer, says Connor. King with an easy call. Queen on the flop. Ace or queen, dealer. Nope, Connor's out of here. Bee's Knees almost doubles ups there. So with 6 players remaining, Bee's Knees with 27 bigs in last place, but just barely. LRS off 30 blinds will open the 5s and get no action. Cranch Chicken with ace 9 will raise. No action for them there. King deuce suited for Wattenlos will let it go under the gun. Cranch Chicken gets a chance to open up ace 9 off from the cutoff. Joseph on the button with queen 9 just lets it go. It was suited. Folds around to Bee's Knees with jack 7 suited. Wattenlos defends the big with 7-5 suited. Ace 9-3 flop. Bee's Knees with the flush draw bets real small. And the bet gets through. Joseph with king jack will raise it on up. Wattenlos with ace 9 in the small blind. Place 3 bet. LRS with pocket 8s. Probably gonna have to fold now. Could 4 bet all in, but that probably isn't gonna happen here with the 8s. Joseph also has to fold to king jack. Nice little steal by Wattenlos. Ace jack for LRS in the small blind starts things off with a limp. Cranch Chicken with king in the big. Raises to 560k. LRS is all in. He's gonna need an ace. Just like that, Cranch Chicken knocks out LRS. What a game by Cranch Chicken. I feel a sneeze coming. Anyways, king for Cranch Chicken. You get a little lucky there. Your opponent has ace jack. But LRS rips it all in, facing the raised cranched chicken. Dang, 120 bigs, 19.25 million chips. We got a 1.5 million chip pot here that Foodie's gonna take down with the kings. While Los with the 7 in their picture does not smack a 7. Bee's Knees tries to limp it in there. Foodie with the ace high will rip it all in for some 20 bigs and get it on through. And then they go to the flop the next hand with the queen 4 and they flop a flush. And Wattenlos is turning 3 of a kind. This is horrific news. With the flush blocker, Wattenlos goes for a healthy value bet. Foodie calls and Wattenlos makes a boat on the river. So the 2 million chips plus the 1.3 million chip bet and Foodie's call is going to slide Wattenlos' way. Not surprised to see Foodie call it down there. Flopping a flush, your opponent turn and river's a boat. That's horrific news for you. Nothing you can do, you just gotta call down and move along. 10-10 for Bee's Knees, will raise under the gun and take it down. Doopity-doo, and then get a walk the next hand with King 9. Not too bad of a deal for them. Ace 10 for Cranched Chicken, King 8 for Foodie, Jack 8-8 flop goes check check. 10 on the turn, Foodie overbet leads out for about 1 million chips. Cranched Chicken picking up a pair calls. 3 of spades on the river, so spades get there obviously. And Foodie bets right around pot again. Cranched Chicken with a nice fold, blinds go up. Whoo! Foodie with King Deuce gonna limp it on in. Wattenlos with Queen 8 flops middle pair. Foodie looking for a king or jack. We see the 9 of hearts on the turn. Foodie slows down. Wattenlos checks. 3 of diamonds on the river. Wattenlos gets checked to once again and he'll check down and show down the queens and take the pot. Seven 6 for Bee's Knees, goes for the under the gun raise. 6s for Foodie folds. Wattenlos will call with King Queen. 5-4-4 flop. Bee's Knees takes a stab and the stab worked out for him. Nice little aggressive maneuver by Bee's Knees. It's going to flop top pair here and turn top 2. Foodie with a straight draw, 2 and 9. Facing the lead, just folds and moves along. Ace Jack this time for Bee's Knees, just rips it in for 30 bigs. Foodie with King High and the big blind has to fold. King 5 for Bee's Knees will raise the button. King 6 defends the big. Queen 9-3 flop goes check check. Jack on the turn. Both players drawing to the 10. Bee's Knees says I'm in position. I'll go for the overbet right here and now. I got the King of Clubs. That's a real strong card there. You can't call me. Wattenlos says nope, you're right. I gotta fold. Couple of pocket pairs fold. Foodie on the button with Queen Jack will open it up. Ace Deuce for Wattenlos. Could go for the 3-bet. They do find the 3-bet. 1.7 million total to go and Foodie folds the Queen Jack. We move along. Queen 3 for Cranched Chicken will limp it in. Joseph with King 10 and 18 blinds behind. Checks it back. Jack Jack 4 flop. Once check 2, Joseph with the King High backdoor straight draws goes for a stab and the stab works out for him. Ace 10 this time for Joseph on the button. Goes for the min open. Foodie defends the big blind with 9 Jack. King Jack 5 flop. No diamond for Joseph, that's bad news. Still has the straight draw and the overcard to the Jack. Goes for a small bet. Foodie calls. 3 on the turn. 800k bet from Joseph here, sizing up a river jam, and Foodie folds second pair. Nice little play by Joseph. Ace 5 suited for Cranched Chicken. No action for him. King 4 for Foodie on the button. We'll find the open. Cranshed Chicken defends the big blind with 9-8. 6-6-2 flop goes bet and Cranshed Chicken folds. Ace King for Cranshed Chicken. We'll see what he does. He starts things off with a limp, giving room to Joseph to go for the raise. Makes it 3 blinds to go, and Cranshed Chicken rips over that. Joseph with an easy fold with the queen high. Ace Jack and 20 blinds were suited. Joseph could be all in here. I don't know if Foodie calls it off with 8s. 20 big says let's go. Got a big old flip and Foodie wins it. No ace or jack for Joseph. They're out in 5th place and Foodie's back up to right around 100 blinds. 19 million chips, back in 1st place. Queen Jack suited on the button. Gonna check back the ace-6-6 flop. Turn and river a boat for Foodie. Cranshed Chicken playing the board finds the hero call. 10-9 suited for Watt and Los. Facing the 3-bet from Bee's Knees with ace-3 suited. The 3-bet gets through for Bee's Knees. Then he gets the old 3-3 and on the button. Goes for a big raise pre. Foodie calls with Queen 10. Watt and Los with ace-king suited goes for a 3-bet to 2 million chips. And the other 2 fold. Walk for Cranshed Chicken with the king 4 suited. Foodie with a raise from the cutoff with the 10-8 suited. Bee's Knees in the big blind with 7-4 just lets it go. Queen 10 for Cranshed Chicken. Raising it up. And Foodie with 9-8 suited in the big blind. Flops Jack 6-4. Cranshed Chicken bets and takes it down. And we move along. King Jack versus King Jack. 5-3 deuce flop goes check check. 10 on the turn goes check check. Deuce on the river goes check, and we chop the pot. Bee's Knees defends the old king 6. Flops top pair. Foodie with a straight draw to the jack. Instead we see a 6 of spades on the turn. Interesting card as Foodie blocks some flush draws. We could see a huge old bet here. Foodie bets 1.2 million chips. Sizes up the river jam and he smacks his straight draw. The flush draw frickin' misses. Oh, Foodie's sitting here with the second nuts. He's all in. Bee's Knees snaps it off with the 2 pairs. Foodie gets a miracle river. Surely was probably going to slow down had they not hit, but what a river for him. Pretty dirty flop and turn as well. The king 6 making 2 pairs. Oh no. Oh, and now we got jack 6s and aces. Aces will 3-bet. Jacks will play call. Do 6s come along is the question. Do jacks just 4-bet? Jacks call. 6s call. King 3 deuce flop. 6 million chips in the middle 3 ways. No respect for Cranshed Chicken's raise it seems like, but truly Foodie with the pair of jacks has an easy call pre-flop. Then Watt and Los is probably just priced in to come along. See a king high board. Cranshed Chicken will take a stab with the overpair and the bet will work out for him. Oh boy, and then Cranshed Chicken turns a set here. He's facing an overbet on the turn from Foodie with second pair or middle pair, second pair with a weak kicker. Facing the check raise, surely Foodie can find the fold now. Cranshed Chicken takes down a nice pot there. 5-6 for Watt and Los. Facing the limp will go for the raise. Ace Jack 10 flop. Watt and Los checks it back. Deuce on the turn. Foodie sitting there with second pair in the straight draw. Makes his straight on the river. 1-liner to a king. Foodie leads out. And Watt and Los with 6 high has an easy fold. Gets the old queen. Gonna go for the limp. 7-5 suited. Goes for the 4x raise pre-flop. Cran's chicken took the bait. Wattenlos goes for the 3-bet pre. And the 3-bet gets through. 6-6 for Foodie in the small. We'll limp it on in. 7-5 2 flop. 2 overs in the backdoor heart draw. Backdoor straight draw for Wattenlos. Goes for the raise. 6s come along. 9 of hearts on the turn. So Wattenlos is looking for a heart or 8. A jack or 10 will also work. Foodie finds the fold. So that works out too. Wattenlos says, do we want to have a look at numbers? Cran's chicken says, holla or hello. Or is that yes in another language? It must be. Wattenlos not getting any action. Or maybe it means no, because we're not talking out a... Okay. We are going to pause to talk out a deal. It is interesting. Cran's chicken, the underdog here. We'll see what type of deal they get, being the biggest stack. Wattenlos. I don't know. Do we argue for more money? Does Foodie argue for more money? Cran's chicken says I was thinking. Cran's chicken with the big stack. We'll see if we can get a deal worked out or not. Foodie with 2 pairs. Bottom pair for Wattenlos. Backdoor straight draw. Backdoor flush draw. So starts things off with a small bet. Check raise from top 2 and Wattenlos with a check fold. Or sorry, bet fold. Queen jack flopping the straight draw to the king. The backdoor heart draw. Top pair for Cran's chicken. Get bet or goes bet call. Deuce of hearts on the turn. Wattenlos misses on the heart draw, misses on the straight draw. Bets 1.7 million chips and Cran's chicken calls him down with the pair of aces. Nice play by Cran's chicken to slow down on the turn there. And we do talk out a deal. Wattenlos, unfortunately, after losing a few pots, only gets 166k. The other two about 180 to 190k. Cran's chicken, GG, well played. 10k for the winner. And more importantly, the WCOOP title. Top pair for Wattenlos. No action for him this time. 7-4 limps it in. 5 deuce checks it back. King 9 5 flop. Goes check check. Club on the turn. Was it a jack? Foodie bet. Wattenlos folded the best of it. King 6 7 flop goes check check. King on the turn goes check check. King on the river. Cran's chicken goes for some value with the ace high, but none to be had. Ace queen, no action for Cran's chicken. That's unfortunate. Cran's chicken with an overcard and his flush draw. Comes along, deuce of clubs on the turn. Oh boy. 6 of spades on the river. Cran's chicken makes the flush. River goes check check. Cran's chicken takes a small pot. King jack 9 flop. Goes bet and Wattenlos folds the ace high. Foodie raising the button with 6-7, facing a 3-bet from Wattenlos from the small with King 10-0. And the 3-bet gets through. Jack 7-5 flop. Wattenlos with top pair. Betting about a third. Facing the check raise from Foodie with the straight draw to the 8. We see a 10 on the turn. Do-ba-da-do. There's 2 flush draws out there. Foodie's bombing away. Wattenlos did pick up the diamond draw. 8-9 obviously made a straight on the turn. 10 on the river. 10 million chips in the middle. Foodie's all in. And the bet gets through just like that. Wattenlos folds top pair. Huge steal there by Foodie. 25 million chips now. Watt and Los getting pushed around in that pot, unfortunately. Picking up the diamond draw on the turn, you have to come along, right? And then a 10's probably just one of the worst rivers in the deck. But then, like, what 10x is going for value like that on the turn, except for some, like, 2 pairs? Then there's, like, the Jack X that was already beating you that could be going for the river value. Interesting hand, anyways. Couple of ace highs. Nope, sorry, Watnos has bottom pair with a pair 2s. Ace high versus ace high this time. Foodie versus Watt and Los. Jack 8-3 flop. Get a 6 on the turn. That's good news for Foodie. Watt and Los with no real draw. Blocking 7-10 and 7-5 on the river here. Isn't going to go for the bluff. Just shows down the ace high and sees he's got the loser. Queen 2 for Foodie. Going for a bet on the ace 8-4 flop. King of spades on the turn, and Foodie continues to tell the story. Cranch Chicken hangs in there with a pair of 8s. 4 million chips in the middle, and Foodie gives up the bluff. Cranch Chicken takes down a nice one off of Foodie. 28 million chips now for them. Cranch Chicken making a name for themselves in this frickin' tournament here. Bow-ba-dee-doo. Foodie going for a limp. Watt and Los with the queen 6. Raises it up and takes it down. Well, that was a quick pot. Watt and Los with the flush draw. Bets and takes it on the turn. Foodie with 7-3 suited facing the limp will go for the raise pre and take it down. 2-3 limps it in. Ace 7 checks it back. 7-5-3 flop. Watt and Los with top pair bets about pot. Foodie with the bottom pair check folds. 3 of a kind for Watt and Los, leading out for a big blind and taking it down. 3-5 for Foodie. They're going to limp in. 7-5. Going to flop a flush for Watt and Los. And you face a lead. Watt and Los calls. 8 of clubs on the turn. Goes check, check. King on the river. Very small bet from Foodie, and Watt and Los will pay it off with the flush and take the pot down. King 9 for Watt and Los. 5-9 for Foodie. 3-2-3 flop. Watt and Los in position bets and takes the pot. Limp pot. 10-10-3 flop goes check, check. 8 on the turn. No draw for either player here. 5 on the river will give Foodie the best of it. And Watt and Los goes for a raise here with 6-2 when the pair of 5s fold. Whoa wee wee wah. Watt and Los being a bully. That was one hell of a play there with the 6-2. Another limp pot between these two. Both of us flopping flush draws. Foodie leads out. Watt and Los goes for the raise in position. Has the backdoor straight draw, and he's facing a 3-bet on the flop. Just going to find the fold. A7 goes for the limp. Cranch Chicken raises the ace jack. We get a 6-4-2 flop. 2 hearts for Cranch Chicken in position. Flop goes check, check. 9 on the turn. 7 on the river. Watt and Los. 7 is always coming. And Cranch Chicken pays it off. Pays off the river bet with the ace high. Just ace jack. Surely Watt and Los will be bluffing there. Just not this time. Going for a thin value bet with the 7s. Doop-itty-doo. 3 to a straight flush for Watt and Los. Instead, he's going to make a pair of 4s, and that's going to be good enough for the pot, providing he hangs in there. Facing the 2 million chip bet on the river, though. The pair finds the fold, and Foodie gets one through. King Jack 6 flop going check, check. Jack on the turn. Foodie just going to show down the ace high and take down the pot. Ace 5 for Cranch Chicken. Queen 10 for Foodie. King Jack for Watt and Los. Watt and Los in the big blind. 3 bets. Facing the raise and the call. Cranch Chicken comes along with the ace 5. Flopping top pair. with a shit kicker. Watt and Los with second pair goes for a lead on the flop, slows down on the turn, 10 on the river. 8 million chips slide in Cranch Chicken's way. Foodie with 7-7. King Queen for Watt and Los plays 3-bet. All in from Foodie's 7s and the raise gets through. Ooh, so unfortunately Watt and Los is down to 30 blinds now. 36. King 3 in the big blind for him. 10-5 2 flop. Watt and Los is going to come along with the best of it and the flush draw. Make a pair of 3s on the river. Things just check down. Watt and Los with 40 blinds now. Cranch Chicken with 3 of a kind. Out of position on the river. Flush completes. Over bet. 2.8 million chips into 2.1 and the bet gets through. 6-7 suited for Cranch Chicken. We'll raise the button. Jack 10 from the small blind for Foodie going for the 3-bet. Cranch Chicken does come along to the King Jack Jack flop. 2 diamonds for him. And Foodie's betting real small. Jack on the turn, locking up the board with 4 of a kind for Foodie. Huge bet, and Cranch Chicken has to find the fold with the 7-eye flush draw. Foodie making a flush. Cranch Chicken making a pair on the river. Foodie betting real small. Jack 3 does pay off the bet, and Foodie shows him the bad news. 27 million chips for Foodie. Ace deuce in the small blind. Foodie limps it in. Watt and Los with 5-4 suited checks it back. King Queen 9 flop. Watt and Los with the backdoor flush draw. Pays off a bet, and on the 7 turn he'll steal the pot away from Foodie. Foodie flopping a flush draw. Ace high. Nope. A pair of 3s, sorry, for Cranch Chicken. Foodie turns the flush. Foodie bets again, and Cranch Chicken folds. Could be another 3-way pot. Foodie says, no, I'm going to 3-bet the A6. Watt and Los folds the pocket pair. Foodie with the pocket pair this time. The small pair of 7s for Cranch Chicken turns the flush draw. 10 on the river, that's no help for him, but he's going to lead out 1.3 million chips, and Foodie folds the best of it. Queen 10-9 flop. Watt and Los in position with the backdoor flush draw, backdoor straight draw, bets and takes it on down. Foodie with the King 9 stabbing on the ace high board. The stab won't get through. Cranch Chicken turns 2 pair. Ace on the river counterfeits the 2 pair, but Cranch Chicken's still going to call it down and scoop the pot there. 24 million chips for him. Jack 10 suited calls the small, doesn't make a pair, but bets a million chips on the 8 of spades river, and Watt and Los folds the best of it with ace high. Looks like another limp pot. 8 of hearts on the turn, interesting card. 9 of hearts on the river. Watt and Los with a shitty little 3-high flush. Bets real small. Foodie making a pair on the river, just finds the fold. Foodie with a straight draw to the 6 or jack here. Facing a large bet on the flop, plays call. 3 of clubs on the turn. And a 9 of diamonds on the river, so Watt and Los with ace 3 has the best of it. Facing a 1.5 million chip bet on the river, though, he's going to find the fold again. Foodie getting away with murder. Jack 10, flopping 3 of a kind. Cranch Chicken with the backdoor flush draw. No backdoor straight draw for him. He's still going to float with the overcard. 8 on the turn. Foodie bets again. And the King high folds for Cranch Chicken. Queen 5-3 flop. Watt and Los with a pair. Bets. Foodie comes along. Making 3 of a kind on the river here. Bets large once again, and Watt and Los finds the fold. Jack 7 limping it in for Watt and Los. 8-8 for Cranch Chicken, plays raise, and they'll take it down with the raise. Both players with spades, but there's none on the board. 6-6-3. The Jack 7 bets and takes it down for Wattenlos. Ace Jack for Foodie. Queen 10 suited for Wattenlos. Rips it all in. He's going to need a queen or 10. He smacks it on the turn. No ace or jack for Foodie, so Wattenlos survives. About 23 blinds. Rips it all in with queen 10. Foodie with ace jack quite happily calls it off. 10 on the turn. All good news for Wattenlos. Getting the full double, surviving. Has a pair of 8s here. Foodie with 2 pairs, kings and jacks. Betting large on the turn, and the bet will get through. 6-2 going for the raise for Ranch Chicken. Bullying around Wattenlos, who's flopping a set here versus Foodie's nut flush draw. Bet call. 3.5 million chips in the middle. 3 million chips is the bet, and Foodie's priced out of the pot. Overpair for Ranch Chicken. Checks back the flop. 5 of hearts. And Wattenlos leads out with the queen deuce. 9 on the river. So there's a 1-liner to a 6. Ranch Chicken with the top set. Bets and takes the pot. 6-9 getting a walk. That's nice for Foodie. King 10 for Ranch Chicken. Taking a stab on the ace queen 7 flop. Stab. Didn't need to get through. Had the best of it. 6s for Wattenlos. Facing a 3-bet from Foodie. Wattenlos is all in, and the king 3 has to fold for Foodie. Pretty big pot going Wattenlos' way. Just with a 1-3-bet. And the blinds and antes. Wattenlos up to 44 blinds. 13 million chips. Making a pair of 9s, and he's going to add about 5 mil more to his stack. 9-3 for Ranch Chicken. We'll just fold. Foodie getting another walk. Jack 3 gonna limp in for Foodie. Face a raise from the 10-9 suited. Wattenlos' raise will get through. King Queen for Wattenlos. Ace 9 for Ranch Chicken. 3-3 for Foodie. Ace 6-2 flop goes check check. Jack on the turn goes check check check. King on the river. Ranch Chicken going for some value, but even the pair of kings fold. Jack Jack for Ranch Chicken. No value to be had there. 8-8 for Foodie. Jack Deuce for Ranch Chicken. 10-3-4 flop. Backdoor straight draws. No backdoor diamonds for Ranch Chicken, so they just fold. Both players with top pair here. King on the turn completes some straights. Ranch Chicken going for some more value. King of spades on the river completes the flush, and it's a chop pot now. Ranch Chicken with king 10 flopping a straight draw to the queen. Backdoor diamonds. Flop goes check check. We see a 7 of diamonds on the turn. Ranch Chicken leads out and takes the pot down. 6-3-3. Flop goes check check. Queen on the turn. Goes check check. 3 on the river. Ranch Chicken takes it with ace high. Ace queen for Foodie. Ace 7 for Wattenlos. Wattenlos goes for the 3-bet. Foodie's all in and they take it down. 3 of a kind again for Foodie. They check back this time. Ace on the turn. Ranch Chicken leads with 8-6. Has no draw. Bet folds. Nice play by Ranch Chicken just to get the hell out of there. Pair of 8s for Wattenlos. Straight draw to the 5 for Foodie. And Foodie gonna take the lead, or the aggressive lead, and just buy the pot. He's been doing a good job of that. Done a lot of limping in from the small blind. And then just attack out of position. Not an easy strategy to pull off, but Foodie's putting on a masterpiece. There's a couple ace highs show it down there. Wattenlos with the best of it with the 9 kicker. Ace Jack going for a 3-bet. Ace 5 for Foodie has to fold. Ace 10 suited for Ranch Chicken. 3-betting. And the 3-bet gets through. 6-6 for Foodie. 3-bet from Wattenlos. They're going to flop 2 pairs. That's good news. Very small bet on the flop, and Foodie folds the sixes. 10-10 this time for Foodie. 4-3 suited for Cranch Chicken, flops bottom pair. Backdoor flush draw. Facing about a 40% pot bet, and Cranch Chicken goes for the check raise, putting a hell of a lot of pressure on the tens here. King of hearts on the turn. Cranch Chicken slows down. 6 of hearts on the river. Cranch Chicken gives up, and Foodie shows down the tens and takes the 6 mil in the middle. $10-9 flopping a straight draw, leads on out. Waltonlos with the overcard, and bottom pair calls. Ace on the turn. Foodie just bombs away, takes another pot off of Waltonlos. 7-9 for Cranch Chicken, flopping the straight. Foodie with the bottom pair and the flush draw, turning 3 of a kind. 4.5 mil in the middle. Foodie bets small. Foodie looking for an 8 to 6 of 5, queen or heart. That's a hell of a lot of outs, and we're facing a check raise on the turn. And he bangs off the 9 of hearts on the river. Cranch Chicken checks it on over. Hopefully you can find the fold here. But what do? We're facing the all-in. Cranch Chicken just check folds like it's no big deal. Says that's a horrific river. You've got the best hand. Nice fold by Cranch Chicken. Surviving with 14 million chips. Turning a pair of 9s, and that's good timing, as Waltonlos had him out-kicked with the ace-10. The bet on the turn gets through. 8-3-2 flop goes check check. Queen on the turn goes check check. Cranch Chicken with the king 7 will take the pot as we show down our king highs. Waltonlos flopping a boat. Foodie turning the flush draw. 2 million chips in the middle. 1.3 is the bet. Foodie does come along. Jack of clubs on the river. 5 mil in the middle. 4.5 is the river bet, and Foodie check folds. Limp pot, 3 of a kind again for Foodie. This time no action. Ace-9 for Cranch Chicken. King-Jack for Foodie. 3 bet from Foodie. Cranch Chicken with Ace-9. Playing 53 blinds deep. Just finds the fold and moves along. 10 deuce taking a stab with the backdoor straight draw. Doesn't turn any straight outs with the king of hearts. 9 on the river. Foodie will fire away and get the pair of 5s to fold. Aces for Cranch Chicken. 3 bet, no action. Ace king versus ace queen. Oh no, Waltonlos is going to be needing a queen or he's out of here. King on the flop. 5 for a chop. Nope. Cranch Chicken just knocks Waltonlos out just like that. The beneficiary of a big cooler. Foodie says deal. Cranch Chicken says what? Yeah, no kidding. We already struck up a deal. The battling it out for 10k. Do-beddy-do. Foodie with the jokes to start off the final table. Do-do-do-do-do. King 10 suited for Cranch Chicken. King 7 for Foodie. 6-4-4 flop. Cranch Chicken in position. Bets and takes it down. Jack for 7-4. 3 bet from the jacks, and the jacks 3 bet gets through. 5-8 of spades facing the raise. Foodie does 3 bet it. Cranch Chicken folding queen 6. 8-5 a raise and take it for Cranch Chicken. Ace 8 versus 3-6. We get a king queen 4 flop. Goes check check. 7 on the turn. Cranch Chicken leads out and Foodie folds the best of it. The flush draw to boot with the ace high. Oh boy, and Foodie's flopping 3 of a kind once again. This time there's no action though. So what good does it do you if you're flopping 3 of a kind if your opponent doesn't even have a pair? 9-10 making a straight there on the river. Foodie will take another pot down. Almost tying this heads up battle up. Almost tying the heads up battle. Up, up. No, there's too many ups. Just a broken sentence. As Cranched Chicken has aces. Doesn't get any action. Top pair for Foodie. Bottom pair for Cranched Chicken. 4 on the turn. Cranched Chicken with the straight draw to the 5. Just check folds. Pair of 7s for Cranched Chicken. We'll bet and take it. 2 pair versus ace high. Get a bet and a call. Queen on the turn. Foodie bombs away with the 2 pairs. Cranched Chicken folds ace high. 6-2 with a straight draw to the 3. King Jack with the straight draw. Backdoor straight draw. Backdoor flush draw. Comes along. 9 of diamonds on the turn. Cranched Chicken takes another bomb. And the bet gets through. King 5 versus King 5. This is fun. Ace Queen 4 flop. Cranched Chicken bets. Foodie calls. 3 on the turn. Cranched Chicken bets again. And Foodie folds. Foodie with this flush draw. Backdoor straight draw in position. Bets and takes that on an ace high board. 6-3 raising. 7-8 defending the big. We're both turning the flush. 5 on the river. That's nothing. Cranched Chicken leads out and Foodie pays it off. Sees the bad news. Jack 5 raising and taking it on the ace queen queen flop. King deuce raising. 8's 3 betting. The 3 bet gets through. 10-6 raising. Ace 10 gonna go for the 3 bet. 3 bet gets through. We do go to a flop this time. King Jack 6 and 8-5 stabs and takes it away from Cranched Chicken. Queen 9 facing a 2/3 pot size bet. On the flop we'll just find the fold with the backdoor straight draw. We do get a 3 bet pot here. 9-8-3 flop goes check check. King on the turn. Foodie still looking for a queen or 7. We get a 4 clubs on the river. This will just be a nice pot slide in Cranched Chicken's way. 9-10 will raise and take it for Cranched Chicken. 9-5 will raise and take it for Foodie. Foodie getting a walk. We're going to a flop. Ace Jack 6. Bet and a call from the under pair. Turn pairs the board. Goes check check. 4 on the river goes check check. Foodie 6s are good. 3 of a kind for Cranched Chicken. Nothing doing for Foodie. Just finds the fold. Good stuff. 6-4 makes 2 pair. Foodie checks back the 2 overcards. 7 on the turn. Cranched Chicken leads and takes down the pot. Aces for Foodie. Cranched Chicken with King 5 flops the backdoor straight draw, backdoor flush draw, and goes to the check fold there. Then we get Ace Queen versus Ace Deuce suited. We're going to a flop. 6-3-2. Or sorry, Jack 6-3. Holy moly. Foodie bets real small. Cranched Chicken with a backdoor straight draw, backdoor flush draw, and an overcard finds the fold on the flop. 8-3 flops the flush draw, turns a pair. Not much doing for Cranched Chicken. The only way he can take down this pot is by betting to get the 8s to fold, and he bets 3.5 mil on the ace river, and the bet gets through. Cranched Chicken doing a pretty good job of holding his own throughout the heads up battle. 3 of a kind versus top pair. 8 on the turn. Cranched Chicken picks up a straight draw to the 6. Instead we see the ace of spades on the river. Foodie will check down the 3 of a kind and scoop a nice pot. 24 million chips for him now. Then he's going to flop a flush draw and straight draw. Oh, and he's going to turn the frickin' nuts. Cranched Chicken with a straight draw to the 9 and a flush draw to the spade. Goes check fold. Good news for you. Foodie with the ace high. Cranched Chicken with the pocket pair of 5s. 6 pairs the board on the turn. Cranched Chicken in position bets and takes it down. Ace King will go for a 3 bet. Cranched Chicken with 7-5 will just quickly fold. 7-5 or 7-5. Jack 4 2 flop. Small bet from Foodie. Check raise from Cran's Chicken, and Cran's Chicken wins the 7-5 war. Doopity-doo. Jack 3 facing the 3-bet. Has to fold, unfortunately, for Foodie. Ace 3 versus Jack 7. Or sorry, what the hell? Jack 7, 6-7. King 10 7 flop goes check check. Ace on the turn. Cran's Chicken bets in position and takes it down. 5-3 with a straight draw to the deuce. And 5-3 with a straight draw to the deuce and spades. Foodie in position. Facing the check raise will have to fold. Cran's Chicken winning the Great War of 5-3 as well. Top pair versus middle pair. This is bad news for Foodie, who's leading on out. Facing the 2-bet on the flop. Hopefully he can find the fold. He has the backdoor flush draw. Plays call, 10 on the turn. 8-9 makes a straight. 16 mil in the middle. 11 behind. Cran's Chicken is all in with top pair, top kicker. And Foodie folds the pair. Do. Queen 7 versus 3-10. Foodie goes for the re-raise facing the limp. King 8 7 flop goes check check. Foodie picks up a flush draw here. 3's call. 10 of hearts on the river. Cran's Chicken leads out as a bluff. Foodie calls and sees the great news. 7-10 goes for the limp. 8 deuce says let's go to the flop. King Jack 2 we go bet call. 10 on the turn. Goes check check. 3 on the river goes check check. King going for a raise. No action for Cran's Chicken. Queen 10 suited. Facing a 3-bet from Foodie. We're going along to the Ace 6-4 flop. 1 diamond. Cran's Chicken with plenty of chips. Says I'm just going to find the fold. Queen Jack suited. Could go for a 3-bet, and it does. Foodie with 5 high has to fold. Ace King for Foodie. No action. 9-9 for Cran's Chicken and no action. PokerStars is trying to set up a cooler here, but they're only doing half their job repeatedly. Both players with top pair here. Foodie looking for a 3. A diamond would also slow down Cran's Chicken. A 7 or an 8 would probably slow him down. What about a 4? 4 as well. Cran's Chicken just slows right down. And takes the pot. King Queen with the straight draw. Cran's Chicken with the straight. Cran's Chicken will take another pot. 4 million chips slide their way. 9-3 betting on the Ace 7-4 flop. Cran's Chicken takes another pot. 5-8 with the pair and flush, backdoor flush draw. Turns the flush draw. Jack pairs the board on the river. Foodie's bluffing with Queen 3. And I think Cran's Chicken is going to pay this bet off here. Oh, when he finds the fold, I'm just wrong. Foodie gets another bluff through. Ace 10 versus Jacks. This is the cooler PokerStars was trying to set up earlier. Jacks will 3-bet. Foodie could call, but he plays all in. He's needing an ace or 10. Doesn't hit. Cran's Chicken finally gets a W with strong pocket pair of Jacks. What a beautiful game by Cran's Chicken. What a well-deserved W. Doesn't matter that they chopped it up 3 ways. They got the WCOOP title. That's all that matters. Great game, Cran's Chicken. That was fun to watch. Alrighty, well I suppose if you made it all the way through, thanks for checking this shit out. Hopefully we'll see you in another one. Adios, amigos.